down the front chute. They're waving at you. You probably picked up a favorite already, or you came with one in mind. So let's make some noise for these great midget drivers. Going down the front chute, 26 of them. Ready to go to the flags of starter Jerry Kritzman. They'll fall back into 2x2 line right now. Getting ready to go as the driver, unable to start, pulls it down into the rear pit gate entrance. That was the 74, I believe, of the pole setter, Doug Borger. Borger, who was supposed to start on the pole. On the wave-off lap, brakes. He has been pushed back to the pits. That moves the 15 of Gary Monsheen up to the front row, alongside the 5 of Larry Cheatham. Man, what a horrible break for Doug Borger. Borger unable to answer the call, along with Walt Steerley and Bobby Seymour. 29 scheduled to go, 26 ready to go to the flags of starter Jerry Kritzman. So Monsheen and Cheatham up in the front row. Wakefoos and Kelly in row number 2. And the white flag is now out from Jerry Kritzman. Next time around, we will go green. By the way, with Greg Furlong dropping out, he moves Roger Clark into the super modified featured. And then Furlong will start the 33 at the rear of the field using his provisional guaranteed starting spot. Pace truck down low into the rear pit gate entrance. We're ready to go. 25 midget laps of fierce racing. Coming down between 3 and 4. Off that fourth corner now. Green flag from starter Jerry Kritzman. It's Gary Monsheen jumping out in front. Look at him shake and jive down the front chute. Into that first corner, Monsheen jumping out in front. The 12 of Mark Wakefoos running up in the number 2 spot as they go down into the third corner. Keep your eye back in the pack. The 45 of Drew Fenoro, the 46 of Joe Gosick. They are charging through the field already. Monsheen out in front. Moving down to the inside, the 76 of Mark Buonomo. On the outside, Phil DeMario down to the inside. DeMario now works underneath the 12 of Mark Wakefoos, and DeMario takes over the number 2 spot. Here is Larry Cheatham. He had started on the pole. Now he is about to go to the pit area. Monsheen out in front. DeMario running in second. Wakefoos is third. A battle for fourth. They touch wheels down in the corner. The 49 of Brian Kubalars and the 56 of Bobby Bodeker. They touched, but they kept going. Meanwhile, the 5 of Cheatham is in the pits. Here's a battle for the lead now. Monsheen out in front. Look at DeMario down to the inside, and Phil DeMario, the NEMA points leader, takes over out in front. Moving into third now, Mark Buonomo. And the 12 of Mark Wakefoos runs in fourth. Brian Kubalars now up to fifth. Bobby Bodeker runs in sixth. Running in seventh, Ed Steinley Jr. in the number 6. Mark Freeland runs in eighth. That's the number 4. Now here comes Drew Fenoro down. Fenoro and Gosick moving into the top 10. They're running 9th and 10th now. Gosick takes over 10th and drifts to the outside. Almost lost the spot. Gets it back. Here's the race leader. The 23, Phil DeMario, 17, 869. Monsheen running second. Mark Buonomo is in third. Then it is Brian Kubalars. Look at Mark Freeland. Man, what a move he just made into turn 1. But on the outside, Drew Fenoro comes back down to the inside. Freeland tries to get underneath the 6 of Steinley. Can't do it. DeMario, 18 seconds flat that time. He is out in front, and they are already lapping cars. Monsheen running in second. Mark Buonomo is up to third. Brian Kubalars runs fourth. The 12 of Mark Wakefoos rounds out the top 5. Passing flag is out already for Money Wonder, the third. Monsheen running second behind the 23 of Phil DeMario. Look at Kubalars. Man, smokes those tires down here in turn number 1. Dirt tracks it. That battle between Steinley, Fenoro, and Freeland continues to go on down into turn number 3. They got a slower car ahead. Man, they make it high and low. They sandwich the slower car. Out in front still, it is the 23 of Phil DeMario pulling away from the field, making it a runaway, but he's got heavy traffic ahead right now. 3 wide in turn number 3. DeMario in between 2 lap cars. Gary Monsheen trying to close ground now. Here's DeMario down to the inside, having to take his time, working his way through traffic. Monchine closing ground, as is Mark Buonomo. Brian Kovalar is back in fourth. Now Fernoro gets underneath Bobby Bodeker for fifth. Bodeker falls to sixth. Wakefoos drops to seventh. Steinley running in eighth. Freeland is ninth, and Gosick is now 10th. 18.591 that lap, as your race leader Phil DeMario had to run in heavy traffic that time. Now Monchine running in second, has Mark Buonomo right behind him, trying to close ground on him now. Monchine goes by two of the slower cars. Here's DeMario way out in front. DeMario 18-14 that time around, leads Monchine by 3 full seconds. 11 laps have been completed, 14 remaining, and the field spread out all around the track. Phil DeMario all alone out in front. He's got a couple of more slower cars just ahead of him. Turns lap in 18-2-12, leads by over 3 seconds now. Monchine is running in second. Buonomo is third, Fernoro fourth, Bodeker fifth, Freeland is sixth, Steinley seventh, Wakefoos is eighth, Gosick is running in ninth, and beats me, who's running 10th. But I'll try to pick it out for you. Your leader headed down the back chute. He is all alone. I got the top 9. After that, I'm lost. Here's the race leader, DeMario, getting underneath Mike Lapp down across the front straight. Mark Buonomo running second. Gary Monchine is third. The 45, Drew Fernoro, runs fourth. Bobby Bodeker stays there in fifth. Mark Freeland is sixth. Steinley is seventh. Gosick is eighth. The 12 of Mark Wakefoos has fallen back to ninth, and I believe the 37 of Mike Ober. Well, now he has slowed down, so he's not 10th. Forget him. It wasn't him anyway. And the yellow comes out. Maybe we'll sort it out now. Phil DeMario out in front, and he loses a 4-second lead, an over 4-second lead. The 50-50 raffle winner today of $1,062, Cindy Brown of Oswego. Cindy Brown winning. Then the 6 of Ed Steinley Jr. White flag is coming out. They're all on the lead lap. After Steinley, 46 Joe Gosick. Then I believe it is the 12 of Mark Wakefoos. Heading down into the third corner. Green flag from starter Jerry Kritzman. They're on it in a hurry. Look at Phil DeMario. Look at everybody behind him. Coming down to the inside, the 76 Mark Buonomo. As Steinley goes outside, inside, Gosick picks off several drivers. Gosick on the charge in the number 46. Gets by Mark Freeland. Moves underneath the 6 of Steinley. Now has to back out. As DeMario is out in front, coming off the fourth corner. Phil DeMario, the race leader. Monchine is second. Buonomo third. Fernoro is fourth. Then the lap car, Bobby Bodeker is fifth. Steinley sixth. Gosick seventh. Freeland is eighth. Ninth is Mark Wakefoos. And now look at this. Here comes Monchine back by the 76 and the 45 of Seymour. The 45 of Fernoro, rather, by the 76 of Buonomo as well. So Buonomo falls back to fourth. He's charging back on the outside. The battle for second, third, and fourth. Look at Buonomo on the high road. Comes around them all. Goes by Monchine. Fernoro says, I got to try that. He goes to the outside. He can't make it by, at least not right now. Now down the back chute. Fernoro up on the outside of Gary Monchine. He takes over third. Monchine falls to fourth. Bobby Bodeker running fifth. Ed Steinley Jr. is in sixth. Gosick right now is seventh. Freeland runs in the number 8 spot. Running in ninth, I believe, is Keith Botello, and 10th is Mark Wakefoos. The lap car, the 26, up in there as well. That is Mike Lapp. He is a lap car. 20 laps down now, 5 remaining. Phil DeMario out in front. The battle for second between Mark Buonomo and the 45 of Drew Fernoro. Gary Monchine back in fourth. Bodeker runs in fifth. Battle for 6 between Stimley and Gosick. Here's Gosick now, looking down to the inside. That's the first battle on the track. Gosick loses ground. Freeland goes by him. So Gosick trying to get underneath Stimley. Gosick's got a problem in the 46, trying to hang on. And DeMario is in trouble. Phil DeMario is in trouble. Smoke coming out of the motor of the 23. Here comes Drew Fernoro up on the outside. You got a new leader. Fernoro now out in front as the motor on the 23 of Phil DeMario gives up the ghost. He comes down out of the fourth corner and DeMario takes it to the pits. So now Fernoro is the leader with 2 laps to go. Mark Buonomo is second. Look at Bodeker. He's up to third. Monchine running fourth. Stimley takes over fifth. Freeland is sixth. Gosick is seventh. A big reversal here at the end. The white flag is out the last lap, and Drew Fernoro out in front of the 76 of Mark Buonomo. Buonomo going to finish in second. A great run for Bobby Bodeker up to third. Here is the checkered flag. The win goes to Drew Fernoro. Mark Buonomo is second. Bobby Bodeker third. Gary Monchine is fourth. Ed Stimley fifth. Freeland is sixth. Gosick is seventh. Botello is eighth. Fred Schell is ninth. And Mark Wakefuss rounds out the top 10. That is unofficial. So a great race, a surprise ending as the motor expires on the 23 of Phil DeMario. I don't think there's any way in the world they would have caught him. He was so fast, but the motor let go, and DeMario is going to end up well back in the field and coming down into victory lane. He is certainly not an infrequent visitor to victory lane, but it's a surprise he's there tonight as he inherits the lead when Phil DeMario breaks. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the 25-lap Superior Precast Castle Fireball Midget feature event. How about a nice hand for Drew Fernoro? And now Fernoro becomes the all-time winningest NEMA driver. It is his 73rd career win in NEMA for Drew Fernoro. Mark Buonomo pulling down into victory lane. He finished second. He had a great run. Super modified lineup is up on the board. Tom and Gene Wallace for Superior Precast and Bob Davies for Castle Fireball down in victory lane, making the presentation to now NEMA's all-time winningest feature driver. That is the 45, Drew Fernoro. Drew out of Newton, New Jersey. A great win for Fernoro. The Super Modifieds will be coming down on the line in just a minute for the 50-lap Super Modified feature. The Firecracker 100, 25 feature laps for the midgets, 50 for the supers, 25 for the limited Super Modifieds. We are waiting for Don Richardson to move in to interview the race winner and perhaps runner-up Mark Buonomo. And now we're going down for the interview. Here is Don Richardson and Drew Fernoro.
Thank you very much, Roy, and congratulations, Drew.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I guess we have to say that it was a fast and furious 25 laps out there. You were running real strong, but Lady Luck did play a part in this race for you.
Yeah, Philip got away, and we were running about the same. If he hadn't died, I wouldn't have got him. You know, and I lost a few like that, and I won a few like that. I feel bad for Phil, but thank God that we won here.
Are we telling you anything when we say right now that you set a record?
No.
73 wins, that's a record, and you own it now.
Yeah, Chris did a nice story about it in trackside, and real glad I didn't let him down. And I'm really glad that it came here at true open cockpit country.
It is always a pleasure to have the midgets here as a treat for us at Oswego Speedway, and congratulations. How about a nice hand for Drew Fernoro?
Thank you very much.